Hello YouTube, this is my 600-mile review of the brand new KTM 1290 Super Adventure S. I bought the bike brand new on the 24th of November and I had the first service booked for today, that is Saturday 4th, and I just came back from the dealer. So let me show you real quick. If you turn it on, sorry. There you go, 628 miles. I had 597 going into the dealer. So there you go. I upgraded from my 2018 V-Strom 1000X GT. I have a final video of that bike on my channel if you want to check it out. There are a few reasons that I chose this bike. I wanted an adventure style bike coming from the V-Strom, and I needed a really good upgrade. There's only two choices I had. That is the BMW R1250 GS and this. I hate the Multistrada, and the Africa Twin, it has almost the same power as my V-Strom, so I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. So I test rode the GS before this, and I still think the GS feels better to ride. It has a low center of gravity and a much better weather protection, especially for your feet. But the only reason I went with is this. This one has the adaptive cruise control. If any of you has used it in your car, you might know how good it really is. It will really save your wrists on a really long rides, over 200 miles or so. So yeah, I'll show you a few modes that I put on it. Starting from the front, this is the headlight protector, and I also put in the radiator guards. If you look at the KTM parts catalog, they will say that this will only fit to the R model. It is not. It will also fit to this one, obviously. So I got that one. And if I show you the key, where did I put the key? It is keyless, of course, and I also added the Meta alarm. My Suzuki had the Data 2S4 red, so I thought I'll get an alarm as well. And this is a fob. If you run out of battery on this fob, you can press this small tab against a point here. You'll see a mark, a circular mark, and then it will let you operate the bike. I added the ergo heated seat. This is 10mm lower, and I added the frame protectors. Center stand is standard, and what else? Oh yeah, the GPS mount. That's only this bar. This is for my TomTom Rider 550. It's hardwired to the ignition. And I also added the tech pack. It gives you a few options. I don't think I'll really use it, but I only added it because I don't like to see redundant menu items when I go into it. And I added the Scott Oiler electronic system. I had it on my V-Strom, so I thought I'll get one for this as well. That is right here, the reservoir, and the nozzle is here. And this is a custom charge lead I added. This is an X390 connector. I have an Oxford Oxymizer, but the stock connector that comes with it is just trash. So I thought I'll add this one. And I have a GPS tracker as well, connected to the battery. That is underneath the rear seat. And yeah, that is pretty much it. And I'll give you some plus points on the bike I noticed so far. This feels, the weight distribution wise, it has a much lower CGs than my V-Strom. You will notice it when you are moving the bike around or doing the slow speed. When you are riding over 30 miles an hour or so, you wouldn't notice it anyway. in both bikes. But that is really good. They added the tanks on both sides. And what else? It has really good power. And the thing I like about this is the gearing is not too short. All the 5 gears are perfect, and the 6th gear is really tall. So on the motorway, when you're on 70, it is just a smidge above 4000 rpm. That's really nice and good. And you don't have to downshift. It has plenty of pulling power. And what else? The weather protection is nice. It's better than the V-Strom. And the tank range, that is the only issue. It is getting between 180 and 190 miles. When I was riding to get to the 600 miles as quick as possible, I was filling it up almost every day. So it depends on how you ride it, but still, I don't think you are going to get over 200 anyway you put it. And yeah, the cruise control I mentioned is absolutely fantastic, and the suspension, you can really customize it wherever you want it. And also the steering bar, you can buy a riser if you want from KTM parts catalog. I didn't need it. It is there if you want. And also you can tilt the bar back or forward if you need. And the screen is fantastic, plenty of options, and you can also customize whatever it is that shows up over here. And there's 2 customizable buttons. I put one for the heated grips and one for the heated seat. Oh yeah, the heated grips are optional, which I added. I think it's £220, I think. And the buttons are illuminated. They are a bit dim even on the brightest setting, but it's okay. And yeah, it is really comfortable. The seat is good. And I will tell you some negative points on the bike, at least for me anyway. The handguards, they don't offer much protection if you're riding in the rain or in the cold. Your fingers will get cold no matter what. And on a couple of times when you're trying to hit the cruise or the horn, you can mix them up really quick. That is something you need to keep in mind. And this bar on the GPS, it has some vibrations. I mean, if you're looking at it for a long time, you'll get a headache, but you know, it's just something I noticed. And this screen, there's only one option of the screen for this model, and this is really small. The R model screen is even smaller. And I ordered the clip-on. It's about £107. They don't have it in stock yet. It's too expensive, and I don't know what difference it will make. I'm only 5'6", and still I get a ridiculous amount of buffeting on my helmet. And what else? Oh yeah, these frame protectors, these are optional. And I saw a video where a guy is showing there's dirt and grit and some small stones going into this, and as you ride the bike, they can grind and scratch the paint off. So I'll see it after 1,000 miles or something. I'll probably take it off and have a look. If that's the case, I'll remove this. And another thing, the fender is quite short. You see the cylinder head, it's all caked in dirt. There is an aftermarket version. I ordered it from eBay. I'll let you know when it gets here. It's a Power Bronze, I think, the model. And I also added the aluminium bash plate. I forgot to mention. It does okay. I don't think I'll go off-road anytime soon, but yeah. And what else? Oh yeah, this is the daytime running lights, these 2 strips on the top. By default, they will be active. The thing is, they're not that bright. And if you want to have the high beam on, the low beam on all the time, it is automatic at the moment. There's an ambient light sensor, so when it gets dark, it will automatically activate. But if you want it on all the time, you have to go into the menu and deactivate the DRL. and then these will come on as default, the low beams. This is the high beam on the bottom, it's the low beam, high beam, and these are cornering lights on both sides. And what else? There's nothing much to say. The tires are Mitas, it's a Terraforce. They are really good, they get warm really quick. I had the Bridgestone Batlaks on my V-Strom, and these are much better, I can already tell. And the exhaust note is really nice, and it's easy to put on the center stand. And what else? Nothing much. I think that's pretty much it. I don't feel any heat from the engine, but again, this is December, so we'll find out in summer. And yeah, not much complaints at all. I'm looking forward to riding it some more, and I will show you a couple of stuff on the screen. That is the on and off, and also if you press and hold, you can lock you can activate the hand lock. So if you go into the menu, yeah, that is the oil, I think the coolant temperature or engine temperature is saying low, and I have it on street mode, and that is the heated seat. I have it on low, grips low heat, and suspension setting comfort. That is the rear preload adjuster. As I'm short, I put it on 10%. It's a slightly bouncy, but not too bad. You can put it up to 100%, I think 10% increments. I don't know what's MTC, I think it's some traction control or something. And ABS on road mode, I have put it for battery 12.3. It will go down to 10 or something if I don't charge it overnight, but I got the charger anyway. Yeah, trip and temperature, these you can customize. And that is the fuel range, 80 miles left. And yeah, that is pretty much it. If you go into the menu, you can see that bike info. Oh yeah, this one comes with a tire pressure monitor. It gave me a warning one, but as soon as I started riding off, it gone off. So yeah, water temperature, fuel range, and if you can go back, yeah, that is the trip information. I don't bother with the trip. Motorcycle, ride mode, street sport is really aggressive. I don't like it. I know some people like it, but not for me. Rain, I think it reduces the power. That's why I didn't use it. I don't want to use it while I'm running the bike in. So off-road, I don't think I'll use it. Rally is optional, so I have it activated anyway. I leave it on sport. And the ABS mode, road, off-road, yeah, I leave it on road. MTC plus MSR, yeah, I'm not gonna bother with it. And if you go back, I don't know if you can see suspension. I put it on comfort. There is off-road, advanced. I think it automatically adjusts. No, there's the auto. Advanced, I don't know what it is. I haven't looked into it. Sport, it firms it up. I leave it on comfort. And preload, yeah, if you increase it, you see the bike racing up. But yeah, I leave it on 10 for now. Anti-dive, this one apparently mimics the GS telelever suspension. It is for people with pillion, to prevent them from headbutting you, but I don't bother with it. I actually like the suspension diving a little bit. It helps me reach the ground a little bit, but yeah, it's apparently fun. I'll try it on when the weather gets better. And if you go back, that is the cruise control. This is the absolute bee's knees. Once you try this on, you won't go back to any other bike, especially if you're doing long distance. And I will show you. This is adaptive cruise control, comfort mode. That's what I leave it on. This makes it a normal cruise control. Don't bother with it. ACC Sport. This one I wouldn't recommend it in the rain. I tried it. It's quite scary. It closes the gap really fast, and it slows down and accelerates really fast. It's not for me. I leave it on comfort. And the distance, I leave it on long, but the long is really a little bit too long, and I have some issues with people cutting in the middle. So a few YouTubers saying leave it in the middle, but because it's winter, I would rather leave it on long, to be honest. But I think the middle is probably better. Whenever I go into overtaking slow moving traffic or something, if I feel like somebody's cutting me off, I disable the cruise control. That's probably a better idea. And heating, grips and rider seat, there is 3 settings. They're okay. I leave it on low or medium. You don't need high. High is too hot. And also, if you are buying it later on from KTM, you need to ask the dealer to activate it in the software. And if we go back, there is some settings. The custom switch, that is on the right hand stack. I put it on for heated grips and heated seat. And the favorite, these are the items I showed you, the 4 display items, like the battery, trip, auto, whichever one you want to show up. And the tire pressure monitoring setting, I haven't messed with it. Anti-relay attack, there's another guy explaining this on YouTube. Apparently this makes the bike more secure, the fob. This is to prevent people from stealing your code and then stealing the bike. I'm not gonna bother, I have a garage, I'll leave it in there. And the display theme, you can make it night. Automatic means in the sunlight the background will be bright, and at night the background will be black. I leave it on night mode all the time. I like that one. And button illumination, it's a little bit, I leave it on bright, but it is not that bright. And the DRL, this one you have to activate and deactivate. If you leave it off, the dipped beams will be on at daytime all the time. I leave it on, not bothered now. Bluetooth to connect to your phone. I think there's an app or something. I'm not going to do it. And quick shifter, I think the service guys just turned it on. I leave it off, at least for 1,000 miles. And it has up and down quick shifter. Hill hold is on, which is really useful. Shift light, this won't be active until the first service. Now it's active. I don't know when it kicks in, but this rev counter start to blink. And that's the cornering light test. I haven't tried it, no can't bother. It will, the cornering lights, they are on all the time, I think, when you ride. When you lean even slightly, it will come on. Clock and date, units, I think you'll probably have to change it when you go to Europe or something, to change to kilometers. Language and the heating, extra functions. This is the ones that are included on the Rally pack, I think. Track pack. That is pretty much it. And then back. There you go. So so if you have any questions, just leave a comment. And the tank is also keyless, which is useful. If you have the fob nearby, you can open it, and there's a cubby here with the USB port there. You can charge your phone if you want, but the big phones won't fit. And what else? I don't think I missed anything. Let me see. There you go, that is the DRL, and the backlight is also on. In the track pack there is an option where the brake lights will blink rapidly when you are slowing down quick, which is good. That's about it. Have a nice day. Cheers.